Hello everyone, it's me, ItzJhief here, back again, and today we've got something very interesting to talk about, and that is the current ongoing fight between Mojang's developers and NFTs. This is definitely very interesting. I recommend you check out my previous video about this later on after watching this one if you want more information, but this one is definitely going to be very fun to go through. With that being said, drop the video a like to show its support and to get it out there, and let's dive right into it. So everyone, as I said, I did do a previous video about this, but that's not really relevant today, because what we're going to be talking about is the ongoing fight between Mojang's developers and NFTs. If you're not sure what an NFT is, I'll be sure to leave something down below in the description, or just recommend you check it out for yourself and find out what it is. But basically, it's a new current form of monetization which has recently became very popular, just like loot boxes back in the day and a bunch of other things like that, like in-game characters, skins, just like that. NFTs is like a new form of monetization which many games are currently trying to roll out. I'm not going to be talking about what this means on the wider scale, just in this case we're going to be talking about video games and Minecraft, that kind of thing. Basically, what other studios and developers are trying to do right now is to get these into games. So let's say, for example, there's a game out there and you unlock a hat or buy a hat, whatever, right, in a game. This item would be specific to you and it would have a unique code on it, so that that item is then tied to you. You own that exact item. Then, using the blockchain technology, you can trade it, sell it, do whatever you want with it from that point. And people have been concerned since the rise of NFTs about what this will mean for Minecraft, because some people have been concerned. Of course, Microsoft owns Mojang, maybe they might want to push this technology into Minecraft somehow, but it seems like the developers are really against that. This started, for me at least, when I saw an article about this specific thing we're talking about, claiming that the pledge Mojang's developers did create did only get around 70 signatures, basically meaning it had barely any effect at all, which is of course very not true. We're going to be talking about why in a moment, but just because not many people have signed it at the moment, that does not mean it's not going to have an effect. I'm sure you're probably confused right now and talking about what's going on, but let's go through this and look at some tweets. This was tweeted by Corey, who of course is a developer over at Mojang, who did in fact say over on Twitter, worried about what NFTs mean for games, people and the planet. We at Climate Replay have created a pledge for game studios and individuals to avoid what we feel are the most problematic aspects of NFTs and digital ownership in games. Sign and spread the word. Of course, as we talked about earlier, it got around 70 signatures, at least as of when I was researching for this video, so I would assume that the effect was not quite what they expected, being developers and tweeting this out from their profiles. I'm sure that they expected a much larger wave. But yeah, I'm not going to be talking about the specific pledge right now. The next tweet was from CookieCat9, who is a concept artist working at Mojang, who did say, "This is wonderful and inspiring." Below there was a tweet saying, obviously, we've signed a Climate Replay's NFT and digital ownership pledge. NFTs are at odds with an equitable and sustainable future, and we will never implement them due to their environmental, technological, social and philosophical effects. And of course, the people tweeting this, or the account tweeting this, was a game studio. This is really cool, because what Mojang have done here, or I should say the developers, sorry, what the developers have managed to do here is to create something which is actually affecting games, which we will most likely going to play in the future. And what they're doing, it's not about how many individuals sign it, which is still important, but it's not really about that, which I see mentioned in headlines a lot. It's about the impact this will have, and when people see this and how it makes them think. Of course, the signatures are appreciated for this pledge, and all the signatures from these development studios are appreciated. I think that they've managed to acquire about 5 or 6 different signatures now from different development studios, but the bigger impact this will have is a lot more important, because when Mojang's workers and everyone at Mojang and when the Minecraft players see this going on and see the developers publicly talking about this and tweeting about it, it will have a big impact on future implementation of NFTs, most likely meaning that if they are introduced into Minecraft, it will be in a very different way, or most likely they just will not be implemented into Minecraft. Of course, overall this is good news, I would argue. I'm not really caught up to date with NFTs, so be sure you let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, but from what I've heard, they're bad for the environment, they're difficult to sustain, and all in all it just seems like they're not very good and they're just a new form of monetization. So to see some developers over at Mojang coming out and talking about this, it's definitely reassuring for me to know that most likely this is not going to be coming to Minecraft, and if it does, it will be in a very different way to how many other game studios are trying to do it. And to just see Minecraft developers going out there and asking studios, not just people, studios to sign this pledge is definitely very interesting. It shows that they're not only trying to talk about making a change, they are actively going out there and making a change, which I do believe is incredible. So guys, if this is something you're passionate about, I definitely recommend don't just go and sign the pledge without not knowing what it is. Just go do some research, figure out your own personal thoughts about this, and then consider it, definitely. One last time, I just want to re-bring this up. These tweets were from Corey Shevik over at Mojang and CookieCat9, who are 2 employees at Mojang working on Minecraft at the moment. So that's definitely awesome news. Let me know your thoughts about this down below in the comments. It's probably the last time I'll make a video about Minecraft and NFTs, because as I said, it's not something I'm really too caught up with, and it's not something I really care too much about to begin with. But if you guys find it interesting, be sure you let me know with a comment down below and drop your thoughts. But yeah, as I said, great news to hear. Hopefully this gets more signatures and will continue to have a great impact, but it's just good to see that Minecraft is not being shady with all of this, and they're not trying to implement NFTs and not doing things like that. It's just good to know that Mojang is obviously preaching to its developers in a good way, hopefully, or maybe the developers just worked off their own initiative and decided to do this. But all in all, good news, good to hear, and at least we're not hearing that NFTs have been put into Minecraft, which would of course have a great effect on the game and would change things up massively. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know yours down below in the comments. It's been me, ItzJhief. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.